Hello everyone, I'm Joseph Giunta, the music director and conductor of the Des Moines Symphony, and I welcome you to the listening room. On April 18th and 19th, the Des Moines Symphony will perform concerts that we're calling Hope. Each piece describes uplifting and hopeful visions in their own unique way. The concert begins with Aaron Copland's most popular Appalachian Spring. It was written for the Martha Graham and her own dance company in 1944 and continues to be a very popular piece of Copland's, probably second only to the fanfare to the common man. Copland was known as the Dean of American Composers in the 20th century, which alludes to his generosity and willingness to help young composers find their voices. I knew Aaron Copland. He was a mensch. He was someone that always had the time for me and had the time for all young people that I saw him around, always giving advice, having a good laugh, and just generally being a good spirit and helping us as we tried to find our way. Copland enjoyed a very long and productive life as a composer and a teacher, and his music is still performed all over the world. His inspiration came from American themes like Billy the Kid and Rodeo, and even the fanfare for the common man. His music defined an American sound with its wide open intervals and rhythmic vitality. Appalachian Spring is in 8 uninterrupted sections that includes a very gentle introduction where the characters in the ballet are introduced, very vibrant dance section, which includes a barn dance, and then a set of variations on the beautiful Shaker hymn, Simple Gifts. American composer Steve HEITZEG is living in St. Paul, Minnesota, and he writes important music that was inspired by environmental, social justice, art, and more. He was commissioned in 2002 to write the Symphony for the Fairy Prairie Farm by the World Food Prize. And in 2012, 2015, and 2019, the Des Moines Symphony performed 3 suites, Symphony and Sculpture, commissioned by John and Mary Papajohn, inspired by the Papajohn Sculpture Park in downtown Des Moines. The pieces include stunning visuals that are portrayed while the music is playing. At these concerts, the orchestra will perform Ancient Forest, Spider, Post-Balzac, Nomad, and Love. Margaret Bonds was born in Chicago. She attended Northwestern University, where she actually studied with Florence Price and eventually became the first Black woman who performed as a soloist with the Chicago Symphony Orchestra. She wrote many art songs, chamber music, piano pieces, and choral works. Her best orchestra work is the Montgomery Variations, based on a freestyle approach of the Negro spiritual theme, I Want Jesus to Walk With Me. The piece was written after Bonds visited Montgomery, Alabama in 1963. And finally, George Gershwin's iconic 1928 piece, An American in Paris. This will conclude our program. Gershwin had experienced much success with his Rhapsody in Blue and his Concerto in F in the 1920s, and after going to Paris in 1927, he received a commission for the New York Philharmonic and started working on this piece. The tone poem describes life in the exuberant city using American jazz elements throughout the piece. Although critics were sort of slow and warm, not so warm to come to the piece, the audience went wild, and this enthusiasm continues to this day in concert halls all around the world. So come and celebrate spring with us on April 18th and 19th in the Civic Center. Ticket information is at our website, dmsymphony.org. That's dmsymphony.org. And if you are interested in hearing some of my favorite performances of the works I mentioned above, just click the link below and you'll find some interesting performances. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I look forward to seeing you at the Symphony on April 18th and 19th.